Good morning. It's Monday, March 7th, and I'm Micah Hawkins.
And I'm Amber McKnight.
And welcome to Panther News Network. Here's what's going on today.
As the days continue to pass after the 2022 Texas primary election that took place on Tuesday, election officials announced about 10,000 mail-in ballots from 6,000 Democrat voters and 4,000 from Republicans in Harris County were discovered to not be added into the election night count on Wednesday evening. Harris County Election Administrator Isabel Logria's office stated the oversight occurred between hours of 1 and 4 a.m. as the political parties that make up the Central Count Committee were reviewing ballots. The votes were scanned into the tabulation machines but not transferred, which meant they were not being counted in the unofficial count on election night. The votes are set to be added to the final count when the Central Committee next meets on Tuesday, according to the Election Administrator's Office. The county says it has reached out to the Secretary of State office as an investigation into what happened. We are committed to full transparency and will continue to provide updates as they are available.
More than 3,000 people were forced to vacate after fire marshals shut down Baywatch weekend in North Harris County. The pool party took place in the Maya Lagoon Park in the 2000 block of Connerville Road and was shut down this weekend after officials from the Harris County Fire Marshal's office said its promoter did not have a permit to have that many people in attendance. Those in attendance were asked to leave the property immediately. A spokesperson for the event released a statement explaining the details of the event, announcing a change of location and sending love and care to its supporters. Harris County Fire Marshal Lori L. Christensen released a statement emphasizing the importance of safety measures concerning crowd control and emergency plans. For information on how to properly obtain a permit for large events, visit the Harris County Fire Marshal's office website.
Now, here's a story from Gabriel Adams.
Within this interview today, I was able to host a virtual interview with two of my colleagues and coworkers about their thoughts of Comm Week and its importance to the university and the communications department.
I love Comm Week. I thought it was very important to the university. I'm a transfer student, so something like this was my first time experiencing. I never experienced a week dedicated to just my major and my major alone. And it really helped me realize other things that I'm interested in within my major. And it really helped me network and get to know people that I didn't know that can push me further along in my major.
I loved what it stands for, and just networking with those professionals and getting those different advices and everything really helped me. Important for communications department because it does prepare us for our crafts, and it does put different ideas. Like I've got to network with different people who work for Twitter and Meta, and that just hearing them speak about their positions opened my eyes up to different things that I didn't even think that I wanted to do. So it's very important for the communications department. I'm glad we have Comm Week.
And inspiring and fun to watch with the Smarter Than Your Comm Major episode. That was really fun. Challenging other comm majors and seeing who's smarter than a comm major. So that was interesting and really interactive for comm majors and non-comm major students. Dr. Blackwell, for his class or his session, he gave out some really knowledgeable things that I needed to know that I didn't know before. So that was very interesting for me and very useful.
And I was able to attend the Thinking Outside Your Major event. We got to speak with professionals, Megan Whittington and Felicia English. They just gave us insight on working in Twitter and Meta. And yes, I really enjoyed that event. And also, I got an opportunity to go to the Thinking Outside the Box through Improv event. And that was more of a hands-on event. We had a comedian actually come up and we played like different communication games and like we were really active during this event. So I really appreciated that. And I like those. I like those two events. So overall, I really enjoyed Com Week, and I believe that Com Week really helped the communication majors here on campus through different ways, like with whether it was giving them more insight on a particular company that they might have wanted to work for, or more insight about what they're up for when we do get out into the real world, giving us advice on what to do now while we are still in school. So it was very beneficial to the communication department.
It was very beneficial for the comm majors in the comm department. Like I said, I never experienced anything like that before where there's a whole week dedicated to your major. And I feel like sometimes comm majors are usually neglected when people forget about mass media people. So that's good that we get recognized and get where it's due. It gave comm majors more exposure than what we have already. It gave us opportunities to social network, and things like that. But it really just put us on the map and just reminded PBAMU that, we're comm majors and we're here. We need exposure too. So that really made me feel like I was seen as a comm major, and it opened many doors for me, that things that I want to do inside and outside of comm.
I'm Gabriel Adams, and this is Panther News Network.
Florida A&M University, among 5 historical Black college universities, will receive grants from the National Trust African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund as a part of their HBCU Cultural Heritage Stewardship Initiative. The initiative offers 2 kinds of grants: a $150,000 grant for the development of campus-wide cultural stewardship plans, or a $60,000 planning grant to help preserve an historic building on their associate with a HBCU campus. FAMU will be given $150,000 to develop a campus-wide stewardship plan for its 442-acre Tallahassee campus. FAMU President Dr. Larry Robertson states, as Florida A&M University is the 3rd oldest campus in the state university system in Florida, we appreciate the support Trust Historic Preservation to assist the universities in furthering the preservation of landmark buildings on our campus. The planning grant will allow the faculty, staff, and students across the disciplines of architecture, engineering, and the humanities to collaborate in ways to highlight the national impact of Jonathan C. Gibbs, Lucy Moten, and Andrew Carnegie, and the building's name in their honor.
2 Hampton University alums are being honored through new statues on campus. Hampton University of Virginia has unveiled statues honoring alums Dr. Mary T. Christian and Mr. Clarence F. Curry. Dr. Christian is known for organizing a voter registration drive at Hampton that helped more than 1,000 people register to vote. She also was named the Dean of the University School of Education and was elected to the Virginia House of Delegates, making her the first African American since Reconstruction to represent Hampton. The university even performed a play based on her life and gave all proceeds to a scholarship that was founded in her name. Clarence Curry played in the marching band, symphony orchestra, and Royal Hamptonians Jazz Orchestra. His own band, the Blazers, served as the opening act for the Duke Ellington Orchestra at the Hampton Jazz Festival, and Curry even performed on live TV. Curry and his wife, alumna Sadie Curry, endowed a scholarship for music majors and donated a collection of instruments. If you'd like to see the statues up close and personal, they are next to Twitchell Hall, which is near the Alumni House, near the waterfront. We will be back with the weather report after this commercial break.
today we're going to start off with the weather. As a matter of fact, our high today is 52 degrees with a low of 45. This is a complete contrast to yesterday where the high was in the mid-80s. And we also have on Tuesday a high of 49, low of 40. And on Wednesday a high of 65, a low of 41. We're starting to see a warming trend. And on Thursday we have a high of 71 with a low of 52. With a nice cool down to a high of 56 and a low of 30 on Friday, most likely due to a cold front. As you see, there's a greater chance of precipitation on Tuesday with a near to half chance of precipitation on Friday. And I'm throwing back to you, Amber.
Now here's a story from Haley Spivey.
During Con Week, students attended the Thinking Outside Your Major event. Guest speaker Megan Whittington, who works in talent acquisition for Twitter, and Felicia English, Global Diversity Program Manager, Recruiting Programs and Operations at Meta, dropped some gems for the students here at Prairie View A&M University.
Pleasure to be here and speak with you all as you're at a transitional stage of kind of talking to you before you get out into the world. I wish I had more of that when I was in your shoes. So happy to talk to you today. Again, as Elizabeth said, my name is Megan Whittington. I am currently within talent acquisition at Twitter. So I've been here for almost a year now, but I have been within recruiting since 2013. So I guess I'm a little bit more of a veteran now, but always something new to learn. And I would say that, to snapshot my journey, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I actually started out with wanting to be a broadcast journalist, and I took Intro to Comm Theory at U of H, but I also took Intro to Hospitality. And let's just say Intro to Comm Theory was not my jam, okay? The fill in the blank questions on the test. The professor just wasn't good. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go the hospitality route because it's multifaceted. I don't know what I want to do, to be honest.
Students received the opportunity to ask these professionals a few questions.
How GMC is pretty hard to get into. And, I'm Michael Hawkins, by the way. I'm a junior, obviously con major. And you talked about, reaching out to people. So what would it be like? What would you say would set us apart, when we apply, if we want to get in that close-knit type of job?
Great question, and nice to meet you. So you're planning ahead. You have one more year, and then you are out to the workplace. I would say start now is your best thing, right? Okay. Start networking now. If any of you do not have a LinkedIn profile, create one today. It's free. Get a nice professional picture, headshot up there. When I would say professional picture, not have it in the bathroom or in the car, or if it is, blow the background out. Because I've seen some where I'm like, no, that's not the picture you want. That's not the brand. So again, think your brand, professional.
I'm so sorry that I'm late, but I'm so excited to be here to share some of this information with you. I have to echo everything that Megan said. And what's slightly different about Meta is that I hold the key to a process that ties to the things that Megan laid out. So at Meta, the first thing is that you can come as you are. What I mean by that, and I'll share a little bit of experience and tie that into this as well. So to make this point, differentiate yourself. Make yourself known, make yourself different. I'll tell you what I did one time. I went to a Hispanic MBA conference in San Antonio looking for a job. It was a Hispanic MBA conference. I was the only black person there, but I showed up and I stood out because I did that. And so, people didn't look at me like I was crazy. I guess they just thought I was a darker shade of brown. But I got interviews right on the spot because to them it was like, she's bold enough, kind of like the girl that slid in Megan's DM. She's bold enough to be here. And it's not that they didn't welcome me here, but I ignored the headline that said Hispanic. And I said, well, you know what? DNA 23 and me is out there. Who knows? I may be. So anyway, nonetheless, I got the opportunity.
The event lasted about an hour and 30 minutes long. The students really enjoyed the information shared at this event. I got an opportunity to speak with some of the COM students who were in attendance.
I really enjoyed the com event. It was very informative, and I think both companies, Twitter and Meta, Facebook, gave us some really great information. And I think that I'm going to go home, work on my LinkedIn, and see if I can find a job because I am a graduating senior. Thank you.
Today it was really nice. I got a lot of information. Hey, if you see me, I might be working at Twitter or Facebook soon. Hey. So yeah, it was really good. And if they're going to see this, thank you for the information. And yeah.
As COM Week is coming to an end, students appreciated all the professional advice and networking events the week had to offer. This is Haley Spivey with Panther News Network. Thank you for watching.
Every penny counts when trying to find various ways to pay for college. Although many college students get some of or all of their funding through financial aid, many students still have student loan debt waiting for them to pay for after college. Every year, PVAMU gives students the opportunity to get scholarships through the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships. By filling out the general application along with recommended scholarships, it will help assist students to pay for their tuition. If you haven't already applied and submitted your general scholarship application, the deadline to submit is March 15th. If you apply after the deadline, your application will not be reviewed nor considered. Students' applications who are pulled may be rewarded up to $500 to $3,000 only for the following academic year. To apply and submit your general scholarship application today, please go to www.pvamu.edu General Scholarships, where you will be asked to sign in with your PVAMU credentials and begin applying.
Activist and resident Medina Abdullah made her first visit to PVAMU this past week. Born into activism and organization, she follows in the footsteps of her mother and PVAMU alumna grandmother, who were pillars in their communities. With her inherited dedication to the liberation of her people, Abdullah uplifts activism as an HBCU tradition and as a tradition for all Black students. Abdullah says that she hopes that these traditions will usher students into working in the community and to make sure that the skills that they develop at Prairie View are used for the collective benefit of the Black community. To wrap up her visit, she marched with dozens of Panthers to the polls in order to support them in making their voices heard.
Now here's a story from Mackenzie Harmon.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Hardiman. I'm here with Gabriel Adams, and we are interviewing Dean Daniels of the Undergraduate Medical Academy.
Today, we were able to conduct an interview with Dean Daniels today about recent innovation and changes within the Undergraduate Medical Academy.
The chief architect of this particular area of research for the Medical Academy is Dr. Nazneen Sultana, and she is working on synthetic tissue development. The hopes are that from this work, it will lead to efforts to provide synthetic valves for heart malfunctions and the like, where currently pig valves may be used for bypass surgeries and things like that, that through this work it will lead to yet another area with this synthetic tissue being developed there. But beyond that, it is also hoped that this work will lend itself to the development of organs, synthetic organ development as well, so that individuals who may be suffering from end-stage renal disease or other end organ damage of that nature might be able to take advantage of this, and it would decrease the amount of time that they have to wait for currently, whether it's a cadaveric organ or something, or whether it's a family-related organ transplant. but the time would be decreased so that individuals would be able to enjoy a high quality of life. The challenge is always when you're transplanting an organ, whether it is from a human to human, or in this case, a synthetic answer to similar concerns, is the body accepting it or not. And often drugs like cyclosporin are used so that the body is a little bit more willing to accept a transplanted organ or piece of tissue, if you will. But in doing so, it often results in lowering an individual's immune system. And so it's an opportunity where research is not only being put forth in the development of this synthetic tissue, leading to those other items, be it valve replacement or organ, but that we would also be able to look at issues surrounding the challenge of rejection, and that we'd be able to address that as well. This opportunity provides a great opportunity for students in the medical academy to receive training in the lab, and this is now a level 2 lab, which is a great addition to the campus, as the university has now transitioned to an R2 level designated university. These type of opportunities fit in very nicely. The students are building up their skill sets, which allow them then to go and take part in research at institutions such as Texas A&M University, UTMD Anderson, Harvard, or a number of other places around the country. It does afford that opportunity for students to become familiar with areas of where this research may be applied. So if that is in the heart, that is cardiovascular, a number of students have expressed interest and pursued additional research opportunities that allow them to look at cardiovascular medicine. It is our hope that this research will contribute to the work of others in the state and around the country, and for that matter around the world, in the areas such as cardiovascular disease, that will then enable physicians, surgeons to practice their specific crafts and be able to extend the life of individuals. It is an ongoing body of research for Dr. Sultana, and we're entering here on this campus for her. We're about to enter her 3rd year of work in that regard. It is ongoing in the sense that we have consistently looked to identify areas of research in our laboratory to benefit the skill set development for our students. Dr. Max Fontes, who is the Assistant Director and Coordinator for research for the Medical Academy, has among his areas of interest theoretical chemistry. And so it has often been very useful to use the areas of research, theoretical chemistry, synthetic biology, or synthetic tissue development, as a reward of sorts for students. Here is an opportunity to apply what you've learned in those classes in a way that you can begin to see how it would develop society in general. It is focused in an area where it pulls the skills and the knowledge from multiple areas together and say, here is how you apply it, and here is what you can do to benefit mankind.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Hardiman, and this is Panther News Network.
Hi, this is Gabriel Adams, and this is Panther News Network.
Johnny Brown, who played the building superintendent Nathan Bookman on the 1970s sitcom Good Times, died at the age of 84 this previous Wednesday. However, his daughter, Sharon Catherine Brown, announced this devastating news on Friday on her Instagram. Her post states, "Our family is devastated, beyond heartbroken. barely able to breathe. We respectfully ask for privacy at this time because we need a minute to process the unthinkable. To articulate the depths of profound sadness, this is my mom's husband for 61 years, mine and JJ's dad, Elijah and Elvis Pop Pop, older brother to George and brother-in-law to Pat and the extended family to Chris, Hyatt, Damien, and Daryl. It's too terrible. It will never not be. He was literally snatched out of our lives. It's not real for us yet, so there will be asked for more, not now. Dad was the absolute best. We love him very much.
Keenan Thompson has just performed his 1500th sketch on Saturday Night Live. That's right, 1500th. Known as the SNL GOAT, Keenan celebrated a major historic milestone in his 19-season tenure on Saturday Night Live. In his most recent sketch, he played Gus Van Sant, the host of In Over Your Head, which is a home repair show for people who tried and failed to perform their own home repairs. Afterward, Keenan went backstage to a round of applause from the SNL crew. If you missed the live airing of the show, the most recent episodes are available to stream on Hulu and Peacock, NBC Universal's own streaming service. And that concludes the show this morning. Be sure to catch us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. This was the Panther News Network. I'm Micah Hawkins.
And I'm Amber McKnight, and thank you for watching.